Live on the Mounjaro, it's
Thursday Night Talk
with your host, David Knapp.
Thank you, Thursday Night Clap Track. Thursday Night Live. Well, here we are on a Thursday. Does this feel weird to the rest of you? It feels a little weird to me, but I love it. I love the fact that we're able to still meet, that I was able to find something that works for my family, and that hopefully many of you will find this better as well. I haven't decided whether it will be 8:30 or 9 moving forward, but wherever it lands, I'll be sure to tell you all, and so that we will be set moving forward. But I appreciate everybody being willing to be flexible and being willing to change things up. Friday Night Lives have been one of my favorite parts of this channel. They've been one of my favorite things to do. And so I was really glad to not have to give it up and just move it to Thursday night. So Thursday Night Talk. So maybe not quite the same ring as Friday Night Live, and maybe someday we'll get back to it. But some big things in my family that I wasn't thinking about when we set it up for Friday night is that we do camping in the summertime, and we're always camping. So that wouldn't have worked out too well anyway. So it's a good time to pivot and change that. I hope that it works for all. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope that everybody is doing well, and I hope that everybody has been able to find the stream tonight. Sue, welcome to the stream. Delisa, thank you for joining. Cheryl, Janine, Donna, the Patrice Denise, Ken Lee, Fat Guy No More. Welcome. We have got a great show tonight lined up for you. Even though we had a day less to prepare for it, we still have a great show lined up. Ken Lee is our special guest. We're going to get an update from him. It's been since January 1st, the first day of the year. I did an interview with Ken Lee, and I was so excited to get him back in here to chat with him a little bit about his journey and his channel. And he's been through a lot in the last few months, and he has just continued to persevere and continued to have amazing success on his journey. And so I'm excited for him to share his journey, where he's at with you all tonight. And yeah, absolutely thrilled to be doing this with you all tonight. So a couple things that we want to get rolling into. I had to redo some banners and some bumpers this week, which is all good. And we are going to roll our first segment on Thursday Night Talk, which is going to be our What's Fresh segment. So what is fresh, friends? What's fresh this week? Well, what is fresh is that we had probably one of the best weeks we've had so far adding members to the channel. So I want to say a special welcome to the following folks who signed up and became members. I want to say hello to Joe Crypto Utility from over in BJ Davis's Discord, Spinster Sister, the Janine, TJ, thanks for joining, Jalen May, Fat Guy No More, Ken Lee, who's on the stream tonight, NC, and Cheryl Johnson. Thank you so much for becoming members of the stream and choosing to give back in that way. Thank you to those of you last week who gifted memberships. Some of those people were on the receiving end of those memberships. And I just tell you what, it's probably one of the biggest encouragements that I get on this channel is the folks who choose to become members. So I thank you so much for doing that, each and every one of you. And if you are interested in becoming a member, the link is in the description below. In the description of this video, you should just be able to follow that link and click it and join. If you're on an Android phone, it should just say join right under the video. If you're on a computer, it should just say join right under the video. But if you're on an iPhone, you got to go to the description and click that link. So thank you again to those who have become members of the channel. So that is one of the things that's new this week. Obviously, the obvious is moving Friday Night Live to Thursday nights, which is pretty big change for all of us. Let's talk a little bit about TikTok. I have been very, very reticent to join TikTok. And while I do not have the TikTok app on my phone, I do have a TikTok account now where I am uploading content. So if you are a TikToker, a TikTokian, a TikTok, if you are openly getting spied on by the Chinese, basically what it comes down to, then you can also find Man on the Mounjaro there. And you can find some of my content over there, some of those short form videos. And I hope that if you're over there, you will find me and give me a follow or whatever it is you give somebody on TikTok. So yeah, absolutely. TikTok. That's a new deal. Now, another thing that is new this week is the Mounjaro shortage. And I thought about throwing this under fake news because Mounjaro continues to be reported by Eli Lilly to the FDA as being not in shortage. And it was verified again this week, which really left me scratching my head this time because people are very clearly not able to get, especially their upper doses. So the 10, the 12.5, and the 15, people are having a heck of a time getting those all over the place. And so I think that they're not going to be able to escape the bad PR for too many more weeks. And that will probably end up back on the FDA shortage list. I know it's very frustrating when I give those updates on my, wherever I give them, either here or on my YouTube or Facebook group. I know it's frustrating for people because you all know that you're not able to get it, and it is what it is. And we've talked about how it has to do with the distributors and not the pharmacies. But I think, with the level of widespread unavailability in those doses, that it's more than just that. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what the criteria is for reporting all that or not reporting it, but I think that we'll probably see those pop back up here in the next week or two. Good luck to those of you who are all searching. Keep searching, keep looking hard. Don't give up. I hope that you're able to get it. Stephanie said she couldn't get the 7.5 today, so bought the 10. So I'm surprised, Stephanie, that you could get the 10, to be totally honest with you, because there's a lot of people who haven't been able to get that. So yeah, just that's another thing that's kind of new this week. The other thing that's new, for those of you, I know my buddy that I had an interview with back months ago, Chad Boney, who also does YouTube videos on Mounjaro. It looks like he had an update today. I haven't had a chance to catch it. Looks like maybe he might be getting back on the moon, but he's on Trulicity. So I've been kind of paying a little bit more attention to Trulicity, and they are in shortage right now too. And they use the same pens, the same injector pens as Mounjaro. I don't think it's ever really been about the pens as much as just their ability to manufacture it fast enough to meet demand. But for what it's worth, if you're on Trulicity, their upper doses are running low too. They're officially in shortage with the FDA. And I think that may have something to do with people on the first of the year getting kicked off the moon and going to medicines like Eli Lilly's other injectable GLP-1, which is Trulicity. So one of the things that I wanted to just real quick show you all tonight is on last Friday Night Live. So last week, Chrissy and I were talking about the ways that I ended up gaining a lot of my weight was working in restaurants. So working in restaurants for me has always been a thing up until probably almost my 30s. And I am 38-ish, 38 soon. All the way from about 14, 15 years old to all the way up to about 30 years old, I worked in restaurants. And I said Arby's. We talked about curly fries under the seat and all that stuff. So my alma mater, as I call it, I'm not a college guy. So my alma mater, I always lovingly refer to Arby's as my alma mater. But I got my master's from Olive Garden, the Olive Garden. I got my master's there, and I also got about 100 pounds of extra weight. And so I just wanted to prove to all of you, this is a throwback way back to culinary manager Dave. Would you look at that? Sometimes you just got to look at it. This is Dave Knapp, the culinary manager at Olive Garden. Those were crazy years. If you have ever worked in restaurants, there is very few jobs that are as high stress and fast paced as working an Olive Garden in Waterloo, Iowa during the never ending Pasta Bowl season. Let me just tell you, my goodness, It was nuts. It was a super, super stressful job, especially running the kitchen. But yeah, I packed on a lot of weight there, a lot of weight working at that job. And yeah, I just felt like I had to prove that to you. So I went back in the old, deep in the Facebook archives and found that picture there. So yeah, the big news this week, of course, moving Friday Night Live. We obliterated Friday Night Live. You see the TV got a hole in it. We had to change it. So we changed to Thursday Night Talk. I even got the new, let's see, the new icon. See, even got that changed. So my chat is not working in the program that I stream on. I can't see any of that information tonight, which is super frustrating because usually I can engage there. I am curious, has anybody found the new Friday Night Live emoji? Any of the channel members, have you found that? Because it's there if you look for it. All right, what else is new? I think that covers it for what's new. So the big question has always been, what is going to happen? What is going to happen when we have to change Fake News Friday? So when we change Fake News Friday to Thursdays, it can't be Fake News Thursdays, just it doesn't have the ring. So I'm not married to this, but this is what I came up with because, Thursday night in the Knapp household is not just when Daddy does his weekly Mounjaro live stream anymore. It's also the night that we take out the trash. So I thought we'd take out the trash on Thursdays. So we're going to take out some trash tonight instead of Fake News Friday. And this is, I really hesitate to go after YouTube channel creators who talk about Mounjaro. I don't want to put anybody on blast here, but I heard something this week that I just had to talk about. Some obvious fake news that was shared, something that honestly, come on, people, like a basic Google search would have told you that this information was inaccurate. So earlier this week, there was a short put out by a YouTube creator that was talking about Canadian pharmacies. And in that, this content creator said that you could get Ozempic and Wegovy from Canadian pharmacies. And if you're from Canada, or if you've tried to get Canadian medicines, you can't get Wegovy there. It's not in stock. It's not available. Well, that goofball was me, and I shared that fake news. So we're taking that trash out. I'm correcting myself. Wegovy is not available in Canada yet. It is approved. It's been approved for a couple years, but Ozempic is, and Ozempic is also semaglutide. So you just can't get the higher doses of semaglutide. You can get Ozempic, and we've talked about Ozempic many times on this channel, but yeah, just wanted to correct the record there. My bad. Also, if you didn't get a chance to check out a video that I did earlier this week, I had enough of seeing all the scammers that go around on Facebook and take innocent people's money and basically lure desperate people in, saying that they have Mounjaro, that they can sell them, that there's some online pharmacy, and then they get people somehow to cash app them money, and these people wonder why their medicine never shows up. So I thought I'd have a little fun with one this week. So if you want to go back to my videos this week, I really, really did have a good time with that. And so yeah, we took the trash out with some losers on Facebook who are trying to rip people off. And I really did have a good time with that one. So I think you'll enjoy that one. So one other piece of trash news when it comes to Mounjaro that I heard this week was that CVS, I don't know how they communicate this down to their pharmacy techs and their pharmacists. Several more people I saw post on forums that they were told by CVS that the 7.5 milligram dose of Mounjaro has been discontinued. It has not been discontinued. That's like, I don't even know how that gets goofed up, but that's not a thing. So, just some more trash to take out this week. That's what we got. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope that you're all doing well. Those are our opening segments for this inaugural first Thursday night talk. Everybody enjoying it so far? I hope that you're all enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It feels a little bit weird to be here on a Thursday night, but then again, it just feels right because you're all here with me and enjoying the stream, I hope. If you're enjoying the stream, would you put it in the chat and let everybody who would be maybe checking into this later on what they're missing by not being here live? So the big interview. Sorry, the color's doing funny things too. This stream's doing funny things tonight. I think because it's a Thursday, I'm turning yellow into an alien. Is that what it looks like to you too? I get a hole in my head. Everything's going haywire, which means it's probably the right time to recalibrate while we load up our
hot channel.
This week's hot channel. I'm blown away by the color here. There we go. Whoa. Hopefully we can fix that while we load this interview from Ken Lee. Folks, Ken was so great to join us. Ken from Fat Guy No More, and I am super, super thrilled to bring him into the stream. Thank you for joining, Ken. I hope that you all enjoy this as much as I did. We talked for probably an hour and a half. It felt like forever. I'm a little jaundiced. I apologize, Chrissy. But Ken and I talked forever. We got about a 35-minute interview here that I can't wait to bring you. But we talked so much more outside of the camera. I wish we would have left the camera rolling because he's just such an interesting guy. So we'll definitely have him back on, but I'm excited to bring him into the stream tonight, folks. And without further ado, here's Ken Lee, Fat Guy No More, over here on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really excited about our guest tonight on Friday Night Live. We've had several guests that have graced the channel multiple times. We had Michelle Hess on a couple times. We've had BJ Davis now a few times on the stream, and I am excited to welcome back this guest. This was one of the first interviews that we did on the channel back on New Year's Day of 2023. So it's been a few months now, and we want to catch up with our buddy Ken Lee from Fat Guy No More over here on YouTube. Hey. Ken, welcome to the channel, buddy. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Absolutely, loving the jersey. Now is that a Griffey jersey or is it just a generic Seattle jersey?
It is my own. I don't know how much I can show you. Hold on, let me stand up. You can see. Can you see it?
See all
30.
See all 30.
It talks about it's about going to all 30 major league stadiums. So
excellent.
I have different jerseys made for the different for a few different teams. From having done that, I went to all of them back in 2012, and so it's
very cool.
It's my Twitter handle. It's kind of became a thing.
It's part of your identity now.
Yeah, it's really funny. I didn't even ever want to be on Twitter, and back in 2012, I went out with a buddy of mine who was going out to try to break his own held Guinness World Record for getting to all 30 the fastest for a full game. And he's like, "You got to be on Twitter, man. You got to be on. We're going to blow up Twitter on this trip." And I'm like, So I'm like, okay, let's see all 30. Let's do it. And it became a huge thing. I've actually had people wanting to buy it from me. And I'm like, no. And now that they're talking about adding 2 more teams potentially over the next few years, I went and secured at CL 32 just in case.
Attaboy. Might as well just do 34 and 36 and 38 too while you're at it. Thinking way ahead. That's super cool. I didn't know that, Ken. I'll have to check that out. Like, I don't know how we didn't get to that. We talked baseball on the last one that we did. I don't know how we didn't get to that part.
Yeah, I don't use it a whole lot. I read I follow a ton of people out there. And so on baseball related stuff. And of course, this time of year, it's starting to blow up. So that's exciting. Yeah. Can't wait for the season.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's super cool that you're doing that. I actually have a friend of mine that I know here in the area that I live, and he's been doing the same thing with his boy. and he's writing a book about it. So they went to all the ballparks, and actually a little more specific though, they went and saw the Yankees at all 30 ballparks. So he's doing a book about that, and yeah, so pretty cool.
I am slowly making my way seeing the Mariners. I'm at 10 of the stadiums now. I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a few this year. And
you're swinging through Iowa, right?
I am. Yeah. What day? What is that? The 13th of April. Yeah. I'm going to go visit some friends. Shout out to the Reardons. Can't wait to see you guys. Up in the Detroit area. And then I'm going to go on from there, see the Mariners in Cleveland, come back through, see them in Chicago at Wrigley Field. And then I haven't been to the Field of Dreams in years. And I wanted to drive through there. I know it's the wrong time of year. There's not going to be any corn out there to walk around in, but still wanted to go see it again. And so I'm gonna come through there on my way down to Des Moines and get to see an Iowa Cubs game.
Awesome. So all my life living in Iowa and being a huge baseball fan, 2 fun facts about Dave Knapp: never seen Field of Dreams, never been to the Field of Dreams. And I'm a big baseball fan. I mean, I don't know how those things have never happened. I know, like, I had ambitions to get me and my boys to, especially when the Cubs, because the Cubs are my team, when they were at the Field of Dreams this last year. It's just the prices for the Reds.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah. But I do need to get there. They want me to go there now that they've seen a couple games played there, and they're like, why don't we go there? And I'm literally an hour away. So I don't know. I have no excuse.
Yeah.
There's nothing even else to see in Iowa. So
I've made 2 trips when I lived in Washington. I made 2 different trips that was the main focal point, was to go there. Now we added other things on, like games in Chicago and stuff, Milwaukee as well. But I don't know. It's just that draw, I fully admit I can't watch that movie without bawling like a baby at the end of it. And,
we're going to have to watch it.
It's so true. If you build it, they will come. And I'm going to be going through there again.
Awesome. Well, is that's on the back end of your trip?
That is. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we could work something out where I could catch you on the back end of that trip, because it doesn't sound like it's going to work out on the front end to get to that Iowa game with you, but maybe it'll work out on the back end. So, well, we can wrap off camera about that, but first, that'd be cool, because it'd be my first time there. It'd be my kid's first time there. So anyway, let's talk about your journey, because your journey remains, I think, one of the most of all the journeys that I've followed on YouTube, yours remains the most inspirational by far, because it's kind of an against all odds story. You had mentioned that you were up 680 pounds at your highest.
At least.
And then at least, because I think you had mentioned having to get weighed on a special scale, and it was a whole deal. So it's kind of more of an estimate, really. But then, you kind of embarked on your journey to get a handle on it, and then found Mounjaro, and then Mounjaro has been hard for you to get, expensive, the whole deal. And through all that, you've persevered, and you have had some of the greatest success of anybody that I know on this medicine. So September 2nd, as I recall, was when you started your Mounjaro journey, and you started your Mounjaro journey let's see, all the way to January 1st when we did our interview. And at that point you were down 90 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. So we've been not quite 3 full months since then, but pretty darn close. Like, where are you at now on your weight loss goals?
So that 90 was just 90 on with Mounjaro as of this past Friday. Just since I started taking Mounjaro, I'm at, what is that, 135 now. So another 45 pounds.
Another 45 pounds. Just incredible, man. It's just incredible. And I think, like a lot of people that may be new to the channel, new to learning about GLP-1s and weight loss medications in general, might say, it's the medicine that's, you know, helping you get there. And I think certainly for all of us, that's a part of it. But at the time that we spoke last time, you were stretching your shots out 2 weeks. And I assume that's still the case.
It was and will be again. When I had to step back down to 7.5, I didn't want to, but couldn't find 10. And so it was either make that step or hold off and don't have anything.
Right.
And so I was a little afraid, honestly, to go without it. And so I went ahead and made that step back down to 7.5. Week 1, I lost 5 pounds, which is great. I still think it was more residual from the couple months of the 10 that I'd had, because then in the next 19 days, I lost 1 pound, you know?
Yeah.
And I took 2 shots of 7.5 in that time. So I have been taking every week since. I did a 10 and then a 7.5, a 10, and so I'll take another one. No, I'm done now. So now I'll go from now on. I'll be going every 2 weeks again. Okay. I think I'm fine to be able to
back on 10.
Yeah, to get it back, to especially get 10. 10's been my I absolutely love 10. My first 3 weeks back on 10, I dropped 6, and then 5, which gives away something because I haven't caught up those videos on my channel yet. But
okay,
please watch anyways, everybody.
Right.
Even though you know now, but yeah. So back on again in 21 days on 10, I dropped 17, and the previous 19 days on 7.5, 1 pound.
Yeah, those lulls, and I think your lull probably happened right around the time that mine did too, February, right? I mean, that's if I'm following the timeline roughly. February is kind of the same way for me, where I feel bad saying this, but I haven't had the access problem to the medicine that you have. I've actually had a really easy time getting it. Being type 2 diabetic obviously greases the skid for me a little bit on that. A lot of it, I should say, not a little bit. But I realized that, you know, what Mounjaro had done for me the first few months was allowed me to really lose weight without thinking about it much, right? I mean, I was just losing. The time I hit February, it completely stopped. And then I realized, okay, now that I've rewired some of my programming, blah, 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 blah. I've covered it on channel before, but I was ready to incorporate something new, and I incorporated Weight Watchers, and the scale's been moving slowly in the right direction again. So we kind of had a lull at the same time, but I think one of the things that is really cool about your journey is that, and even talking to you in this timeline is super cool, because back when we did the first video, it was like the first of the year, and you had set a bunch of goals for yourself. You had like a goal setting video, as I recall, where I want to be able to do this year, and this year, and this year, without giving away. I don't want you to feel like you have to give away anything that you haven't already set on your channel. But like you said, some of those things, I was like, the way Ken's going, he's going to have those things done by June. Like all that list. So like roughly where are you sitting on those goals?
Well, first off, for those, you know, I don't like to call them goals. Milestones. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right, because most people call them goals.
Yeah.
For me, in my journeys, my past journeys especially, whenever I would set a goal, it would always infer a specific time frame to hit it within, and then when I wouldn't, it would destroy me. And so so now I refer to them as milestones, and whenever I pass them, I pass them.
Yeah.
I can't really, I'd have to really go back and watch that video again. That was my look back on 2022 and looking forward to 2023. But I know the walking ones, I'd hope to be able to walk for a half an hour by July or August. I got that
within a few weeks.
February. Yeah, early February.
That was so encouraging to see. It's just like, dude, this guy is just getting after it. I mean, you just like went for it.
Yeah,
And
you know,
encouraging.
I've got more than just weight against me. You know, I've mentioned it in the videos. I've got those braces that I wear on each one of my legs now, and the problems with my feet and my ankles and my knees. You know, they blew out my almost a year ago. I'd hurt them, and so I think a lot of why I set those milestones the way I did was that mentality of you can't do these things. I talked in this last video about in the 6 month video of what I've learned, that I can actually do a lot more than I think.
Yeah.
I just have to get off the couch and go do it. And
Certainly
I have been.
a lot easier to do 130, well, our 100, what are you, 135 pounds down? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 135 with
From
Mounjaro, but
right.
170 overall since January 10th of 2022.
Yeah. It's
So,
a lot
yeah.
easier to want to get moving when 175 pounds has been dropped.
Yeah, this trip that I'm doing to go see these friends wouldn't have happened without Mounjaro. I like to say it's given me my love of travel back, because now, thanks to it, I know I can go and do things.
Yeah.
I don't wake up in the mornings feeling my feet and ankles just throbbing like I would. You know, back in the day, I'd go work out in the brewery for 4 or 5 hours, and the next 2 days I could barely walk. Now we go do something, if it's go to Costco, or if I like filming this last video all over Oklahoma City, the next morning got up, once my knees got, you know, it's the old man syndrome, you know, you got to get them moving. Once they got going, I felt great, and I just keep going. Something I have noticed too that it's kind of exciting is on my iPhone, it threw me a notice the other day. My average steps for the last however many weeks is up. And I'm like, hey, well, that's let's go take a look at it. And again, I know I don't walk anywhere near what most people do or where I should be. But there were literally, before I took Mounjaro, there were days, especially working at home, where I might have 700-800 steps in a day. I would force myself sometimes to get up to around 1,200 to 1,500. Now I consider it a slow day if I'm not somewhere around the 3,000 to 4,000 range.
That's awesome, man.
That's a huge difference for me.
It's a
and
huge.
Yeah,
you're
I've
getting. I don't know what people's average steps are, but I would guess it's probably around 4,000 or 5,000 steps a day.
And I've had a few, like when I recorded that last video where I was pushing 6,000, and I'm like, yeah, you know, so yeah, that really excited me. So,
dude, that's awesome. I just like your story, your perseverance, I mean, it's just all so encouraging, because it's like, dude, this guy's doing it. Like, he's come so far, and he doesn't even have it as easy as I do. Like, I have access to the medication. I can take it every week. You know, it's just an encouragement. It's a challenge. It's just a lot of things. Inspirational, I think, is probably the biggest word I would use for your channel. It's just, it's awesome, because it's not only like you talked about your knees and your ankles and the braces that you have to wear, but that's not those aren't the only pain issues you're dealing with too. You got all the stuff in the wrists and the surgeries and all of that you've had to go through, which has just been just kind of one trial after another. And those things are easy derailers, to be honest with you. I don't know how it is for you, but like when if you struggle with obesity, probably like everybody, you've been on some sort of, health kick, weight loss thing every year at some point. And it's like when life gets crazy, that's when, for me at least, everything goes off the rails.
Yeah, exactly right. So, so much to unpack there. But yeah, when it comes right down to it, trying to be prepared for stuff coming up is something that I've really been working on. I've actually started to, knowing that I have that surgery, my first, because it's this one, carpal tunnel and elbow surgery, coming up April 24th. I've actually started over the last couple weeks, when I make meals, I've been making enough ahead so I can vacuum pack and freeze it, a couple servings at a time, because I know I'm not going to be able to cook. I could barely do it now to try to squeeze, to hold a knife, whatever, right? To where then I have stuff and I'll be ready. And I can ask the wife, hey, I'll take, some stew tomorrow night. Could you pull out a pack of that? And then she's just got to heat it up for me. And, hopefully that won't last too long, but they said it's probably going to be at least 2 weeks where I can't even bend the arms when I have the surgery, right? So, and that way I already know what my calories will be. And when I plan my meals in MyFitnessPal, I can know exactly what everything is, and it'll keep me on track. But it's taking a little bit of being prepared to do that. Same thing with this trip. I was actually just today stacking stuff up. I've got my protein shakes ready to go, my bottle of water, my handy dandy Fresca bottles. I've got not sponsored, by the way. And so I've got even peanuts. Who doesn't love peanuts at a ball game, right? But they have so much salt in them and stuff. So I took a 5-pound bag from Sam's and portioned it out to much smaller units so I could take them with me to the game. So I'll know exactly what I'm having. Now, that's not to say there won't be something along the way. I mean, when you go to these cities, you got to have something, right? So, but that'll allow me to stay true, at least what I like to say, 95% of the time. And it should make it a lot easier on me. And it's, like I said, it's taken some preparing, but I'll be ready.
Are you wired to be a planner in general?
Well, I don't know, maybe. My main job is a travel agent. I love doing that stuff. I would help friends booking their trips, whatever. So I guess it's only natural because I do my own. For years, when I would go off on a trip, I would have, I used to do it in a 3-ring binder. I would print all these different things. Long before GPS, I would actually print maps and have it daily in my book. Okay, so tomorrow we're going from Baltimore to Pittsburgh, whatever, and I'd have the maps there that would include the turn by turn, how to get from the stadium to the hotel, everything like that. And
good old MapQuest.
MapQuest, there you go. That's exactly what it was. I was trying to think of that. And so now I do something similar, but my theory is, especially now that I'm getting a little older, and the games that I'm going to see, again, and most of them are to see the Mariners, as I try to get to see them at all 30. These are some towns that I may never be back to,
Right.
So there's some things that I want to go see, and I love to do the research, watch. I don't know how many hours of YouTube videos I've watched from people that travel people. If it's free, it's for me, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do it, and so I like to have more things on my agenda when I'm in a town than I could ever do, to where then I can't look back and go, man, I wish I'd have known about that. So I guess you could say I'm a planner.
Yeah, that has to help. I mean, I'm not at all. And so the thought of, even having things planned out and structured to me is like almost anxiety inducing. I'm that much of a, I don't know what it is, free spirit, whatever you want to call it. But I am learning, if you want to be successful at hitting specific targets, I hesitate to use the word goals, but if I'm trying to get to a certain marker, a certain milestone, it's better to map quest it out, so to speak.
Yeah, and I do it. I've mentioned in other videos too, where I even do it with MyFitnessPal. I'll every 3 or 4 days. Usually I'm sitting. I actually did it last Friday night, watching Friday Night Live. I sat down there and planned out my next 4 to 5. I think I'm through tomorrow on MyFitnessPal what I'm going to have, because it allowed me to see, knowing what I've already got prepared. I can work it to get exactly what I need every day. I target 4 main things. Calories are going to be what they are, but I target the protein, 100 grams of protein, 35 grams of fiber. Try to have no more than about 11 to 1200 milligrams of sodium. And then I just upped it to 3,500 milligrams of potassium. And so by being able to plan these out, I can make sure that I'm hitting those things. every day that I need to. And then I don't have to worry about getting up in the morning and going, what should I have?
Yeah.
You know, I look at my Fitness Pal and it says I'm having some yogurt with some mango like I had for breakfast this morning. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah. I mean, that's so smart. Like today was a great example of a day where I came to work and I didn't have a plan, and then a super stressful morning. And then I, for the first time on Mounjaro, went and just binged out on fast food for lunch. And like, that's the first time I've really done that on Mounjaro. It was 100% stress induced. But had I come into the day with a lunch and done something like you did, where I already had the day planned out, like this is what I was going to eat, I would have avoided that probably altogether. But it was just too easy. Again, for me, life gets a little crazy. The first thing to go is the diet every time. So that's good advice, and probably a good routine to follow to try to stay on track, especially when you're playing the long game. You know, how much more weight are you hoping to lose? Like, have you thought about that, or are you just trying to get to a certain point of like just feeling your best?
I think if I'm doing the math right, about another 150 would be the ultimate mark. I don't know that I could really get there. That would put me at 275.
Okay.
That was something my wife said, actually. She's like, I think you could get to 275, which would be about almost 60 pounds lower than I've ever been in at least my adult life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was after I had, we've talked about it before. I had stomach staple surgeries back in, what was that, 97. And so I made it down to about 335. I think it was really like 333, I think is what it was. And then found Coca-Cola again. And yeah, so, but that 275 mark seems to stick in my head from what her and I have talked about. And if I don't get it, okay, anything close. Right now, at 425, I'm 26 pounds away from being in the 300s, and just the thought of it makes me want to bawl my eyes out, crying with excitement. I can't even think of the last. I mean, it had to be probably 99 was the last time I was in the threes. So,
That kind of reminds me of another goal that you had talked about on your channel. Might have been with your New Year's milestone stuff. But one of your big milestones was hitting a weight that would have been the lowest weight that your wife has ever seen you at. And I remember seeing that, and I was almost welling up because I knew what a big deal that was for you. And to see you hit that was so heartwarming.
Yeah. This July we'll have been married for 19 years. And to think that, we've been together, let's see, when did we, so it was 02, December 02, we started dating. And to think that she hadn't seen me below that. So every pound I go down now is just that much further from what, the lowest that she's seen me. So it's,
could you ever imagine that 2 years ago? I mean,
no, I went through some pretty dark times. I had basically 2017, 18, 19, 20 were pretty brutal for me. And that's when my weight really went up. There was, I would never have imagined that I would be sitting here with a smile on my face talking about weight loss, because I've mentioned it in other videos too. And I think I got one coming up where I talk about it. I guess I just kind of assumed that my lot in life was to be, the designated fat friend for everybody, so, and that's part of where my YouTube channel name, Fat Guy No More came from, because that's, I got to the point where I just assumed that was me, but I never liked it. So I don't want to be that anymore. Yeah. Right. So that's kind of why I use that name.
Defiant. It's like, no, that's not my lot in life. I'm owning it. There's something better for me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I know even at 275, I will probably still be the biggest of all my friends, right? But I won't be what I was, So be able to keep up with them a little more.
It's not your identity. Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, once you get to a certain point, I feel like it's whatever point people start calling you big guy. Then like all of a sudden, like it's your identity. I guess I'm the big guy now.
Yeah, in high school, for all those that are watching this from back home, in high school, Tumwater High School, shout out T-Birds. We had a teacher, Dave Vernon, who he called everybody big guy, but then when he called me big guy, it's like, yep. It didn't matter who you were. He would go, hey, big guy. I think, of course, it comes down to he just couldn't remember names, but
That's me.
It kind of hit a little different when he said it to me versus some 95-pound little
Yeah.
freshman. You know what I'm saying?
Some not big guy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean it's how everything evolved around being that way. The things I could do, things I couldn't do, where I would be able to go, what I would be able to do, and now I'm actually starting to realize, no, it's not slowing me down nearly as much as it did, and it's just going to keep getting better.
Yeah, that's so awesome, man. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to come on and talk a little bit about your journey. I'm excited to see where the next few months take you, because I think you're going to hit that 300 number a heck of a lot quicker than you even think you will. Although at this point, I think you're starting to understand you're capable of quite a bit. You're just a really inspirational guy. I hope it works out some way that we're able to meet while you're passing through on your way, or passing through on your way back, or however it works out. But I hope that we get the chance to work that out. Is there anything else that you wanted to share or add to the stream, say to anybody who's watching tonight? Or
no, I'm just very humbled at all the support from everybody. I have a hard time with the phrase inspiration, but I'm also grateful. I've gotten a lot of messages from people that have literally told me that they've started Mounjaro journeys or on Wegovy or whatever, because of seeing either my posts on Facebook or my videos on YouTube, and I'm glad that my journey has been able to help people realize that it can be done, because I am the living embodiment of it. If I can do it, you can do it, and it's exciting. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ken. Appreciate you. You may not like the designation, but I think inspiration probably best encapsulates your journey. I hope that you continue to, I know it's hard, but I hope you continue to chronicle your journey. It takes a lot of work and commitment to do these things, but I hope you're able to stay on those videos, because man, you are helping a lot of people, and it's a cool thing to be able to do that. You're doing a lot of great things for yourself, but to think like you're also helping other people has got to be just, I know when I hear it, I'm thrilled. So I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a little, I don't know, it just seems weird to me, but I'm very thankful that people see what I've done, what I've been going through, and how I've got to this point, and think that, hey, I can do this too. And I'm glad they are. I'm very excited for everybody to start taking their life back, because that's exactly what I did, thanks to Mounjaro.
Absolutely. Ken, so great to see you again. Thank you so much. We'll do it again, maybe a couple months down the road after you see the ballpark, something. That would be good to catch up then.
Yeah.
Until then,
look forward to it.
Yeah. Until then, thanks again for joining, Ken. I appreciate you. I'm going to say you might be in that 4X jersey by the end of the season.
I don't know. The 6X is getting a little loose already. Look at this. So
maybe a 3X then. Maybe I'll be out of my 3X jerseys by then, and I can send you a 3X Cubs jersey.
There you go. I look forward to that.
All right, buddy. Take care. Good to see you. Thanks.
All right. Thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye. Ken Lee. He doesn't like it. Doesn't like the designation maybe, but inspirational for sure is his journey, his story, and just, gosh, Ken's personality. Just a fun guy to talk to. I mean, you pick up on that right away if you watch his videos. If there's anybody here who's watching tonight who has not seen his videos, pop up on your YouTube feed and caught him, at Fat Guy No More. Links in the description of this video. I hope you'll get over and check it out. You're missing out if you haven't. So thanks again to Ken for joining the stream tonight.
Oh my gosh, guys. I mean, I'm rarely a guy who is rendered speechless, but uh, Ken and I just talked there for 35 minutes. That was a 35-minute interview. It was one of the longer interviews that I have done. And Ken and I kept talking and kept talking and kept talking. And I want to say that we had well over an hour and 20 minutes. And I listened. The guy has got, I mean, somebody said it earlier in the chat. He radiates joy. And I can't put it any better than that. I mean, not only that, he's just like, he's a magnetic personality. So if you have not gotten over to @FatGuyNoMore on YouTube, he's been chronicling his journey. He actually made some videos prior to his Mounjaro journey. It's just great. He's got a lot of stories to tell. I wish I would have kept the camera rolling during our conversation after what you just saw here, because it was so worth it. But Ken, thank you for joining the stream, buddy. Ken's also a member of the channel. If you would like to be a member of the channel, you can do that by following the link below. Ken is over on BJ Davis's Discord, as am I, as are so many members here. If you have not checked out BJ Davis's Discord, you are missing out. It is where the best conversation about Mounjaro takes place throughout the week. And so I hope that you will get over and check that out. I believe the link is in the description. It expires every so often and I have to change it. So I don't know if it's there now. It'll definitely be there after the stream. Please get over and check out BJ Davis's Discord as well as BJ's channel. He's got some interesting videos that he has posted in the last couple of days as well. Sue, YouTube gifted a membership. So thank you, Sue, for doing that. Thank you for each and every one of you who are members and subscribers of this channel. Woo! That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, Ken's interview was so great. His story's so inspirational. His story is the kind of story that makes me feel like I'm not trying hard enough. I mean, 680 pounds. He tipped the scales at one point. She's not on the stream tonight. There's a lot of, I think, viewers that are normally here that aren't here tonight because of the change. So we're going to try to tweak this so that especially those who are normally here can be here. But Melissa was like, can I see a before and after of Ken from the picture that you posted on the thumbnail of the interview that you did at the first of the year and now? Because she's like, I think there's a huge difference. So I put this together. Hope Ken's okay with that. Yeah. And I think I got the weights right. Guys, that's just since January. I mean, he's lost a whole person, it looks like, since January. And you could see that in the jersey that he had just bought was already not fitting. I feel for him because it's one of those custom jerseys, but I'm sure he'll gladly outgrow that. But Ken's work has just been spectacular. We did not talk about it very much on this stream, so it's easy to miss. But on the last interview, Ken is one of those folks who is on the moon completely out of pocket. And so he's been stretching his shots out a couple weeks this year. And so he's not even getting, a normal dose of Mounjaro. He's taking it every couple of weeks. And he is, the guy's grinding. And the things that he has accomplished, that he's set out to accomplish so far this year, that he already has just been remarkable. @FatGuyNoMore over here on YouTube, getting a chance to meet some of these super inspirational and wonderful people that we have on these formerly Friday Night Lives, now Thursday Night Talks, are really one of the most enjoyable things if you are a subscriber or a member to this channel. So please get over and give Ken a like. All right. We've got some more things to talk about tonight. This is the time of the night where Chrissy and I typically we talk about our own journeys, as well as a little friendly wager we've got going on for Cousins Challenge. So Chrissy and I have a little cousins challenge going on. We've both been on our respective GLP-1 medications. We both, when we agreed to this, we're at a very similar weight. This has been a few weeks now. Chrissy, you ready to come in? Can I get a thumbs up if you're ready? You ready? You good? All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey.
So
Hey, all right. That's awesome. Look at you
I don't have a
go.
green screen, but I did a little artwork for you.
I love it.
For
I
those
love
of
it.
you that cannot see it.
I feel like that should be behind me. That's super cool. Nice work. I don't
And
let me get a close up of me on the
shout
rocket.
out to Jenny.
Yeah, that's some Jenny's artwork above the
Okay,
chalkboard there.
sorry.
Give me
I'm
a close up of
backwards.
me on the rocket.
I'm trying.
Oh, you got a computer there that's probably tethered. That is the most unflattering outline of a human being I've ever seen in my life. All right. So I am a giant kidney bean with 2 toothpicks sticking out the bottom of it.
I'm not an artist. I did not call Anne. So I did with what I had, which was these.
That is super cute. I want a picture of that. I actually want that in my
I
house.
took some pictures while we were on that video. So that
All right.
I've been trying to hold it so you didn't catch a glimpse of it this whole
Hey.
time. That's why I was standing.
Just so you're not concerned, I don't look jaundiced anymore, do I?
You don't. You
I
don't.
don't know what was going on. I mean, I changed the lighting, so
don't
now it
know
just looks
either.
like I'm in a laboratory, but it's all good. One time back before I had the green screen, I mean, this isn't perfect. This is like just what I have basically laying around, but Sue YouTube told me that my videos were starting to look like hostage videos. That still makes me giggle. So yeah, I'm glad that we're a little bit better now, at least with a green screen. So yeah, cool, awesome. Thanks for doing that artwork. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Except for my.
I was gonna do the Eiffel Tower, and then I was like, nah, we gotta do something better because I had joked about that last week.
This is much better. Man on the old Mounjaro. I finally joined TikTok.
Yes. Don't you remember? I tagged you. I made a Dave Knapp TikTok.
I know you know. I'm just saying I did it for you.
Putting it out there.
I did it for you.
Yes.
I just want a formal thank you.
Yes, thank you. But now but you don't really have TikTok.
And no.
You now post it from an app, and you got the app.
I post it from a browser.
But it's okay because I know you, and you would be like me, and then we'd start sending each other TikToks, and then nothing would get done in the whole world.
My kids wouldn't get fed. My wife would have.
It is a black hole, and it sucks you in. So I have it hidden on my phone, so I can't think about it unless I'm purposefully like I need to go do something like make a TikTok.
Yeah.
About you.
I appreciate it. Even if I don't understand it, I appreciate it.
It was the day I got my sweatshirt.
Yeah, which is super cool. You got the Dave Knapp Man on the Mounjaro swag. Welcome to the stream, James. I think that's a new name that I see here. Thanks for joining. So Chrissy, I made you start last week. Do you want me to start?
Sure.
All right. So this has not been a banner week for Dave Knapp. I feel bad saying that because in no way has my life been hard compared to like the few weeks that you had prior to this. It's been stressful. And I've said on this channel before, when I get stressed or life gets stressful, I should say, the first thing that goes is my commitment to my health. The first thing. Almost like I'm waiting for it. I'm like, ooh, stress. Forget this. And so I shared in that interview with Ken, I was like, this was the first day that I went and I just binged on fast food. And I did. I mean, it was a 3 chicken sandwich day. in the drive-through. Actually, it was 2 drive-throughs. So a little bit of vulnerability. I had I had a McChicken and then a chicken sandwich. And then I got halfway down the road. I'm like, I'm still hungry. So I stopped and got a chicken sandwich at a Burger King. And I was like, wow, this is like
the
binge
OG
stress.
chicken sandwich,
The OG.
like the long one. Oh.
The long one. The
it like
spongy,
you can squeeze
sponge,
juice
yeah.
out of the
Oh,
grease
stop.
out of it.
I'm gonna be sick. And everybody here is on Mounjaro, so they're gonna be sick too. everybody just collectively puked at the same time. I'm gonna have to make a new
But
emoji.
every once in a while, a person craves it.
It does, and to be honest with you, that's the first one I've had in years. I don't like. I was just
I don't
halfway down the
remember
road.
the
I'm
last one I had.
like, well, I'm not going back to McDonald's. I was just there. They'll know I'm fat. I'll go to Burger King. That'll fool them. Like I'm crinkling up the McDonald's bag sitting right next to me.
You're tapping into some things for me.
This is what and I realized, like, I didn't know. I kind of knew. Maybe it was denial, but like I'm a stress eater, I guess. Whether it's a soothing thing or, I mean, we're gonna get into like some head stuff here, but like when I think that in some way, like it was just like when I get stressed, this is what I do. So, and for the record, I'm on 15 milligram Mounjaro, and in what are we laughing at?
Sue.
Oh, dang it, Sue! Dang it, Sue! Always saying funny things in the chat, Bobby. I forgot what I was going to say because I have ADD.
I'm sorry. I'm going to start a channel and then we'll just go on there and we'll talk about like the emotional part and it'll be like Chrissy's confessions.
Yeah, you can fix me. Here's what I was talking about. I was talking about,
there you go.
I'm on the 15 milligram and Stephanie just said, is everyone eating low carb here? Turn the volume up. I'm the 3 chicken sandwich in the drive-thru guy. I didn't get sick. I didn't feel sick. I didn't even feel full. Like I know, like I could have kept going. Like that's the scary thing. And I like had to tell myself like, this is you. I first of all, I identified what I was doing and I was like, I'm stress eating right now. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm super stressed. There's, like things I can't get into, but like stressful things going on. This is what I'm doing. And so thankfully I stopped. I'm sure I would have eaten to the point where I would have felt sick. But I don't know. It was just like one of those things. And then, I'm like, well, all right, Dave, you get back on the horse tomorrow. I mean, the subsequent few days have been okay. I definitely haven't done any binge eating or anything like that. But it's been like, I'm telling you, as a type 2 diabetic.
So 3 chicken sandwiches isn't binge eating.
Since then, I mean.
Okay.
That was definitely binge eating.
Not to make light of it.
Binge eating. Binge eating. Like to me, I think binge eating is like eating till you're sick. I didn't do that. I mean, I can eat I can put some food away. I definitely didn't eat till I was sick. No part of me felt sick. And again, I'm on 15 milligrams of Mounjaro. Bottom line is I probably need some head help, but
I got a great girl for that.
Since that day, I've done okay, but it's just been okay. So, yeah. Hey. And again, I think again to my point that I was going to make, and then I'll shut up. But like as a type 2 diabetic, this medicine definitely doesn't treat me the same way that I hear at least it treats other people anecdotally.
1, it's okay to not be okay once in a while. I don't know the other things that you don't want to talk about, but for one, everyone knows your wife was sick for the 3rd time in what, 2 months?
Yeah, the 3rd time.
Last week. You were Mr. Dad, you missed work, you did all the things, and phenomenally, guys, not only did he just take care of his kids, he doesn't call it babysitting, he took them to an art gallery display, whatever you want to show. It's not basic. The kids are fed and plopped in front of the TV, or that's not how you do things. So give yourself a little bit of grace. You had a hard season the last week or so.
Yeah.
You know, nobody died, thank goodness, but that's because
Right.
you're amazing and you wouldn't let them. But it's okay. And two, we talked about this before. I don't know if you want me to say it, but maybe you try the semaglutide, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Wherever the emphasis lies.
Hey, I heard Michelle sent me a video this week of some experts talking. One of them was the CEO of Sequence, and he said semaglutide. That's how I always wanted to say it, and I was like, That's the University of Olive Garden degree.
Yes, the
showing up.
OG university.
So yeah, I mean, so that is a very long-winded. First of all, I appreciate you saying that. It was a stressful week, and what I had going on outside of that was also very stressful. But it was. Here's the way I need to interpret it. Like, it was a gift. This week was a gift because, and again, that gift is probably Mounjaro, because it's probably the Mounjaro that kept me from eating till I was sick. But it also was the Mounjaro that probably allowed me to have pause and go, this is what you're doing right now. You are stressed. Like, because before that, I probably ate so fast that it would have like all been done. The damage would have been done. Then I would have felt sick. I like had at least enough time to pause and go, you know what you're doing right now, right? You're stressed and you're eating because you're stressed. So
acknowledge that gift. So
all of that to say, I really believe that after weighing myself this morning, I'm 280.3. So a week ago I was 280.
Okay.
So,
which is probably all of the sodium in 3 chicken sandwiches.
That probably has something to do with it.
Probably just one of those.
I'm gonna go with I haven't gained any weight. I was flat this week, and I honestly feel rotten saying all that after Kenley's interview. And his interview was timely for me because we did this that day that I kind of had that little binge eating kind of deal. And I was like, okay, this guy's focused. This guy, I mean, you don't get to 680 pounds without binge eating. I mean, you just don't. I mean, however you want to define it, but like, this guy is finding a way to power through and be focused. And it was just like, it was emotional for me to interview Ken that day, to hear all the things. Right. Like, I just listened and listened and listened. And I was like, this guy, I mean, I just soaked up what he had to say. Cause it's like, I need more of what you got, buddy. And it ain't Mounjaro, right? Like, it's right. Part of it. That's part of it.
He's only on half of it.
Mounjaro is a gift. Mounjaro is a gift. It is a massive gift. GLP-1s are a gift. Wegovy is a gift. And it allows you, I think, to just slow down and pause and identify those things. At least me, I should say me.
And that's what I talked about today, was that I feel like I can slowly make healthy decisions without all that chatter, and my mouth like watering and just like breaking and eating whatever's in front of me or whatever's easiest, whatever sounds the best.
Yeah.
I can actually, make conscious decisions. And sometimes those decisions are not the best decision that I could have made.
Yeah, but they're a decision.
You're not going to be perfect. You're a normal human.
Yeah, and that's like what I've been trying to tell myself too with the Weight Watchers stuff. Is it's a decision. My choice to eat 3 chicken sandwiches was a decision. 3 decisions. It was a decision, right? I mean, it was like I could have gone and got a salad, right? But that's what I chose to do. And the next time I turn around and it's time to eat, I have another decision. And where the keto stuff got me turned around was like I felt like every time I goofed, I had irreversibly done something. And it's a psychological. It's not keto.
3 days to get back.
It's not keto.
Like, well, let's ride it another day then.
Exactly. It's not keto's fault that I did this, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's that's what it.
Into your own
doing it for 20 years, being an obese person. That's what it did to me. mentally.
Yep.
So again, I would just say like Mounjaro and GLP-1s are a gift because it's giving me the opportunity to have the mental pause to identify these things. I don't know if what we're saying at all is resonating in the chat or resonating.
Stephanie says yes.
Okay. Yes. I'm glad because I mean, like, yeah, this for
and
me.
Keto's fine for a lot of people. And I did it for 3 years consecutively and it never worked the same again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was grateful for it at the time, you know, and it's just anything I think, and I, like you said, not to like endorse Weight Watchers, but for me right now, it is the most effortless, good decision making thing I can use because when I'm too constrained, I break and then 3 chicken sandwiches later and probably a bag of Doritos and some cottage cheese. I am, you know, it's just, I go in excess the other way. So
we're extreme people.
We're a lot and we will not apologize.
We're either over here or we're over here. And this, okay, so here it is, right? You and me, we're either here or we're here because we're wired in extremes. And the GLP-1s are what allow us to live here.
Mm-hmm. Right here. We're the same.
We got problems. We shouldn't be doing this in front of the world.
Let me tell them, right? Or should we? Anyway,
I don't know. TBD.
I mean, you know, I was ill this week. So I thought it was Monday. I'm like, all of a sudden the week is gone. Where did it go? I was sick. I thought because I have an inability to shut off my brain now, and I want to do all the things because I'm not worried about food and I'm not eating all of that stuff, and therefore I'm not lazy or sitting in my, you know, recliner or laying in bed or doing what have you. I'm doing all of the other things. So I have to slow myself down at night and consciously say, Chrissy, it's bedtime. Like, you go read a book, go wind down. That
might be the phentermine.
No, because if I stopped myself, I would go to bed. I know, because I actually stopped taking it one time because I was up at 3 a.m. cleaning a closet, and I was like, wait, this is meth, and we're not doing this.
Like,
right? Exactly. So, you know, I'm a reasonable time. I mean, you were up just as late as I was last night, so let's talk about this.
I couldn't sleep last night.
Pot kettle, just saying. But I had a couple things over the other day, but not like, didn't use my weekly points or anything. I'm only down. So here's the deal. I forgot to weigh myself today because I forgot it was Thursday because, like I said, the week got away from me. So who knows what today was. But yesterday I was down 0.4.
For the week?
For the week. But my week is usually Friday morning now because it was Friday. But I always weigh myself on Wednesday because it's my old weigh day from Optavia. It's like in my plus I read an article where you're supposed to weigh apparently the least on Wednesdays, and I don't know how that works.
That's not a
thing.
The
gravitational pull is less on a Wednesday, and that's why on Thursday it snows.
Nope.
I don't know.
Not a thing.
I know it's not. But I did read an article that said that, which proves you can find an article to support any ludicrous idea you have.
Right.
But 0.4, you know, I feel like it's a wash. We'll call it a draw. It's not a whole pound. It doesn't count, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when I weigh myself and I record it, it's a even pound. If I'm like 1 or 284.9, I'm 284. But that makes it a little bit more frustrating because then it might take me another week and a half to get to 279.8.
Right. So when I record my weight, it's in whole pounds. But when I'm feeling a little less than stellar about my progress, I take a mental note of the points on the scale.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
I'm there too.
it's
So we'll call it flat for each of
yeah.
us this week.
We'll call it a draw.
I mean, I'm calling like last week you had the pint of ice cream. I had my three chicken sandwich today. I'm not proud of it, but
Stop
it
it.
happened. It happened. It's so hard to share. I mean, to be honest with you, like the part about sharing that makes it so hard on a Mounjaro channel is that so few people, I feel like, on Mounjaro can identify with a 3 chicken sandwich lunch. I mean, everything that I see is like, I had 3 carrot sticks, a chicken breast, and a side of broccoli, and all I could do is smell the broccoli, and then I threw up. I was like,
it.
oh, okay. Well, I ate 3 chicken sandwiches, and then I was like, I could have a 4th. But
my lunch break was over and I had to drive back to work.
But I am practicing self-control. I don't need Mounjaro.
Also, they think we're funny, so we're good.
All right, good. Sandra said she ate a KFC chicken sandwich today. Awesome, Sandra. But did you eat 3? It's nothing to be celebrated. I mean, I feel like this is obesity. What I have been talking about for me, this is obesity. And I mean, this is the kind of thing that I wish that like people who aren't obese can't identify with this. Like, shoot up somebody who's not obese with 15 milligrams of Mounjaro and say, all right, after a couple of days, I want you to drive through and eat 3 chicken sandwiches and then go about your day. You're not going.
This is why we need to treat obesity like a disease. If we treat diabetes, we need to treat the cause.
Diabetes, type 2 diabetes, at least is genetic, first of all, but then it's, a lot of times a manifestation of obesity. Hey, I want to just say to Vanessa, who said at Whataburger, I got the grilled chicken sandwich with onion rings and a Diet Cola. I'm just remembering this. When I got to the drive-thru at McDonald's, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm going to eat today. So I said, you guys don't have any salads anymore, do you? Because they used to have some really good salads at McDonald's. And they're like, no.
I know.
I was like, all right, well, what do you have for grilled chicken sandwiches? We don't have grilled chicken sandwiches. I said, you don't have grilled chicken sandwiches at McDonald's anymore? She's like, no. And I was like, oh, you're killing me. I guess I'll take a small chicken sandwich and a big chicken sandwich. Because I was going to get 2 grilled chicken sandwiches. Like, I feel like for a 280-pound man, 2 grilled chicken sandwiches for lunch, and I hadn't eaten anything. Well, I had a
and no fries. I mean,
no fries, no Diet Pop, no nothing. Like I set out with good intentions, but see, again, like that's an excuse. I knew I was going to overeat going into it, so it is what it is. So Vanessa said no more salad at McD's, and apparently no more grilled chicken, which is just like, come on, McDonald's. They're using COVID as a cover. They're using COVID as a cover, just like everybody else. Like,
McDonald's is now owned by the devil.
TikTok, China.
Oh, Father, what's his name? Have you seen that movie that's coming out?
No.
The Pope's exorcist. Look up that guy. He thinks that yoga and Harry Potter are the devil's work.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like my old man.
Yoga?
Yeah.
Yoga?
Oh, yeah. Ask Brooke. Ask my sister Brooke.
Really?
I remember. I specifically remember her and her friend were doing yoga. In that, see, we couldn't watch Smurfs growing up, and when yoga,
watch The Simpsons, and I could.
No, we couldn't. I just did, but yeah, yoga. He was like, that's the devil. One of the many tools of the devil, as Bobby Boucher's mom would say. Yeah.
Foosball. Weird. Okay, sorry, that was a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it was. But hey,
we're also middle-aged women, just so you know. So I'm the devil.
Why?
You'd have to look him up.
This guy said that?
This guy, it's based on files of this actual exorcist. I can't even think of his name. I sent it to my friend because she just got her certification in yoga. I was like, oh, so tell me about how what you had to do to get certified, because now it seems a little more risky.
Hey, Michelle is like tapping out, I think. I'm looking in the stream
Oh,
here. Michelle, thank you so much for moderating,
bye,
keeping the chat
Michelle.
alive. We appreciate you. Michelle H, who is just, she's fast become, like, I never thought I would have internet friends. And then I got to know Michelle a little bit. And then I met her in person. She's fast become a friend, and she has done me the great service of helping moderate here. So, Michelle, thank you. I hope you have a great night.
Emily B, do you have a Chick-fil-A? Because the grilled nuggets and the avocado ranch, that's a good option. Sorry, she was looking for a good fast food grilled chicken sandwich, which I'm sure they have a grilled chicken sandwich. I just like to get their salad
Their
with the
grilled
grilled
chicken
nuggets.
sandwich at Chick-fil-A, the grilled chicken sandwich is what I had in mind that day. It's just that McDonald's from my office is 5 minutes and Chick-fil-A is like 15 minutes.
Right.
And I was like, by the time I drive there, next time I just need to tell myself, all right, Dave, you're going to go to McDonald's and then you're going to go to another drive-through. So you might as well just drive the 15 minutes to Chick-fil-A, get the 2 things that you know are healthy, get that and come back. So,
but Chick-fil-A will DoorDash, and that's probably worth your money because it'll just cost you what the 3 sandwiches would cost you.
I hate DoorDash. Yeah, look it up. It's this exorcist, the Pope's exorcist guy. He talks about Chick-fil-A and he talks about DoorDash being the devil. I think he's onto something. All right, so we're officially off the rails at an hour 20. Thank you so much, everybody who's joined the stream tonight. Chrissy, what do we say when we leave?
Hey, look,
here?
sorry, real quick. You're the best part of this, by the way. You also did tell Ken that he was the best part of this. So there's the inquiring minds want to know, Dave. Are we the best part, or is Ken the best part?
I'm gonna say tonight, 100% Ken is the best part of this channel.
Learned in the chat you can have your grilled chicken for breakfast at Chick-fil-A too. So BOGO.
Awesome. Yeah. This one was kind of a heavy one between Ken's inspiration and then me opening up to you like your
David's revelation.
Yeah, it was a lot. I hope that you all enjoyed this Thursday night talk. You are normally the best part of this channel, but tonight Ken is, and thank you, Ken. Please get over to @FatGuyNoMore's channel, check him out.
But what about David?
Get Kidney Bean Dave on the Mounjaro shot, which also the shot itself looks questionable. Anyway,
I tried to do it well.
No, just stop. So thank you all for joining. I appreciate you for joining for the first Thursday night talk. Get over @FatGuyNoMore and also BJ Davis's Discord. I will go back and link that in the description. I hope that I can see you all next week. Thank you all so much for joining, especially the members, Sandra, Joe, Ken, Cheryl, Michelle, Sue. Appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining. Have a great night. We'll see you next Thursday night.
Bye.